I don't look at it as a problem. I just look at it as a thing that I'm constantly working on. You know what I mean? Like, it's like the biggest thing is like around like normally it's around people that I feel like I should be more comfortable with.
That you don't have confidence?
Yeah, and it's strange. So like, say because like I know that they're gonna be more open to deter whatever I'm gonna say because they're more open with me as a person, right?
Yeah.
So like say like right like me and you know each other, right? So,
Yeah.
Like, so if I say something fucking stupid,
Right.
you're gonna call me on my bullshit 10 times harder, correct?
Right.
So there's I watch my words more carefully, but I'm also more confident in like when I'm right, I know I'm right. You know what I'm saying? So like then that brings out another more aggressive version of the same concept.
Yeah.
But mostly it's like because I find myself weirdly confident, like I'll be fucking blown out my mind in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
And I'll like see a few people at a gas station and I'll literally start like being the coolest fucking dude there.
Yeah.
For no reason.
Yeah.
Like I don't have any reason why.
Is that like how you feel emotionally, or do you do you change your persona when you do that?
I think so. I think it is based off emotion because like you don't always feel the same. Sometimes you're sad, sometimes you're happy. You can have these different feelings many times throughout the day.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So what I guess the main take from all that, from me to you, to help that, is just take that moment that when you realize that you're doing it, fucking turn it over.
Oh, yeah.
Whenever you're ready, come in.
3, 2, 1, action.
You talking to me? I'm talking to you. And this is talking to me, talking to you. And I got a very, very good friend of mine in my couch.
Yay.
On my couch. Why say in?
I'm
you can slide in the couch.
Just hiding in. Yeah.
Raeven Reed. Welcome.
That's me, the one and only. Thanks for having me, man.
Welcome to my house, my home. I know the one and only. Literally, like your name, the way it's spelled it's so funny because like, how many times have you like ringed my ass for spelling it wrong?
I know my name is very important to me, and it's my identity. You know, like that's.
There's a comma in it. It's a confusing.
Nah.
Is that?
It's an apostrophe. Yeah.
Well, I'm not very illiterate. I made that point before.
That's fine.
But no, I got you here. Welcome.
Yes,
welcome.
Thank you.
It's nice to have you here.
Yeah.
I just seen you not too long ago. Actually, we just did a movie shoot.
I know, that was
you,
fun.
Made a cameo in our movie.
Did. Not really an actor, but it was a lot of fun regardless. Yeah.
You say that, but see, in my eyes, like I think you're like similar to me. You do a lot of like you try to learn everything.
Yeah.
Kind of. So like
it's good to be well rounded.
Acting's part of the job.
Yeah.
And so no, but with that, like you do. What do you mostly do? Like you do film work, obviously. But
yeah.
What do you mostly do, like working with other? Because I've seen you do a few things, but I don't really know your jobs, your titles. I just know that you're working on these projects.
Yeah. So just like a little quick backstory, I went to school for Cincinnati State in regards to like audio and video production, and I worked on a couple of different short films. The latest short film that I did, I was able to be a DP, which is a director of photography, all the fun camera work.
Cool.
So it's really exciting. And then the very first short film I did, I worked more with like wardrobe and like set design, things like that, which Water Within was one of my favorites, and it was my very first one I did, and we won 8 out of 11 awards for the film competition that we were in.
Nice.
So,
what was that film competition called?
It was the Fright Film.
Fright Film?
Yes, and they are holding in Cincinnati,
okay.
and they're planning on doing another one this year, so
nice,
kind of
cool.
thinking about maybe doing it again.
Yeah, why not?
So,
and so you did that film. You said you helped a lot with set and design and all that, which that was really cool. I thought that was like the like a really well done part about that film.
Thank you. I got nominated for the award, but there was another film that the visuals and the effects that they did was amazing. So I'm like, oh yeah, they they won
being
that.
the DP on the second one, which is Bunny, right?
Yes.
So being a DP, like working on a set, because me and Kaden, we do our own shit independently. We don't really have titles and names. We just kind of learn and go.
Yeah.
So what exactly is your job on set as a DP? Like, do you work directly with cameras? Are you just mostly telling camera people to do certain jobs and set up shots? Or?
Yeah. So as a DP, your whole focus is to be in charge of that camera. You help with it's like the storyboarding, like how the shots are going to look like. You're there on set before like anybody, like cast, crew, whatever, before they're there. You're looking at the different locations, making sure that you're gonna have the right look for what you're going for.
The idea goes into the set and the design and the location.
Yes. And then you do work very closely with the director, which I think is always fun. So
what's the difference between a director and a DP? Because you're obviously both directing, I guess, the full course of the film. So what's the biggest difference?
So the biggest difference is that the director themselves are going to direct, as in like direct what they want from the shot. Like as the DP, like you're gonna set it up, make sure it looks nice, like have your aperture, like all shutter speed, like, all of that to capture the look that what you're going for in the film itself. But the director ultimately is gonna have the final call. It's like, hey, and they are the visionary. Yes, so they have this, you know, this idea that they want to portray. They're gonna talk to their actors, make sure everybody on the crew is all set to go, because it's a machine. You got to get every part, but they are like the main the main components, like the brain, all of that. So
that's okay. A good way, I think, of like you got your front house manager and your head chef.
Yep.
Basically, you got guy knows all about knives and cutlery and how to make food. And you got another guy knows how to run a
and then
crowd.
the director, for the director aspect, like think general manager. They got to get everybody. Everyone's got to be in the clear.
Okay, cool, awesome. So I got a couple videos pulled up. I'm gonna play your reel first. Play your little reel.
Yeah, let's do it.
Which I went looking around for this shit, and honestly, it was a lot easier to find than I thought. Because I like went to your Facebook, like searched through your whole timeline. Just had to look you up on YouTube.
Yeah, that's the easiest one.
So a few of these. So you did a few music videos when you were working, or when you were studying at Cincy State, right?
Yes, I did.
What was the band you worked with, and how did you guys end up making that cool square color scheme?
Yeah, so the band is called Northbound. Great group of guys. Their music is awesome, but when we were on set, they actually had to build the rooms that they were sitting in, like the little tiny rooms. So that took about 3 days for them to like get all the materials, actually set and build it up. And I can't remember the name of the place, but it's in Clifton area. It's above this bar. Like they'll have shows and stuff down there and stuff. It was really neat. But
I probably know the place.
I'll have to like find the name of it, whatever. But it was so cool. We had like set up like the lights. We had to hang them up on the inside of like the top corners, and then from there we would have like the LED like changing lights, so we can like set up for each of the different guys and all that fun stuff. So,
that's really cool.
It was awesome. Yeah.
So that's kind of similar, like the light style is real similar to like what we're doing with the movie. We're doing very vastly different colors, like on the like each scene represents like this weird distance with like the cameoed character, right? So like we got reds and blues and yellows.
Because the colors themselves, they help tell your story. Yeah.
And like a lot of people obviously do that. They'll sprinkle it in much nicer. Like I noticed, like especially like modern films are more like, oh, it looks like the real world with, or maybe it's just like it's too perfect sometimes. You know what I mean? Us, we're just like, it's red.
Yeah.
And a little bit of white. Let's really, if we're gonna do it, let's just throw it in there and make it thematically with the movie.
Absolutely.
So you have so you've done a bunch of different stuff. Like you've done music videos, you've done films. What else could you say you've worked on?
Yeah. So right now, currently with my job, we work with different clients, and we not only like do the production work. So like I can be on set, but I can also do the behind the scenes of like editing and like the post production, all that fun stuff, color grading, what have you. The most recent thing I've been working on, I can't really say what it is, but it is for an animated show, pretty popular. Was able to cut together like a little promo for it. I just finished it yesterday. It took me 6 hours. Oh my god, it was a lot of work, but it was a lot of fun. So I'll let you know what it is when it comes out, and we can legally say it.
I'd love to see it. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So, damn, you're getting into animation stuff. I remember when we helped you do what was that? The stop motion. Remember that with the shoes?
I still love that one.
Did you get an A?
Of course. I actually graduated with a 4.0, no big.
You're not the only person we've helped with college classes.
Yeah.
Every time. Hey, listen, I'm gonna say this real quick. We're gonna make a brag on ourselves, me and Caden, right now.
Come on, do it.
Every time that we help somebody in a college course with video or editing or any of that stuff, we get an A. Every time, don't we, Caden? We get A's. A's.
A's.
If we was in college, we would have degrees right now.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But also, I'm gonna make this very clear: you don't need it. Do not have to have a college degree to be able
Everybody's
to do
different
Yeah.
in the learning process. So I think what we did. I'm a very abruptive and disagreeable person a lot of times, and I'm very opinionated. So working within my own realm seemed better for me.
Yeah.
I definitely would have learned more, made more friends, that worked better.
Yeah.
All that kind of stuff. But I think I'm right where I need to be.
Good.
With what I'm doing.
I think it's important to be happy with where you are, and if you're not happy, change it.
And that's what I was talking a little bit about the beginning of the podcast. You just always got to be progressing into what you want to be at the end of the day.
Yeah.
I do want to get back. I do have one more video. We talked about it a little bit earlier.
Yeah.
But the bunny films.
Yes.
So this was like your step up in working on film sets. So you went from, you said set design and all that, to DPing.
Yes.
So you told me a little bit how you would go and find the locations and searching for locations, and then getting stock footage just to see so that you could show the director.
Yeah.
So that was really cool, you doing that, because you got to learn how to work a camera and take it out by yourself and just kind of take in the environment. How are we gonna make this work? You got to use your mind and brain to kind of configure it out.
Yes. So specifically with that short film, or the trailer that you just saw, all of that footage was stuff that I shot.
So you shot all that?
All of that you see, that is mine.
That's really cool. Did you have any camera people working with you, or was it mostly you?
So we only had one camera. We were hoping to get another one, but when we had placed in the order, the shipment would have been too late. And from when we had booked everything, especially with having to work with COVID and all the different people, we just want to make sure everybody was safe. And unfortunately, with how the mailing system had worked, it's running a little behind. We didn't get it in time.
Yeah.
So we just had my personal camera that we worked with, but it was fine because we were able to get these really great lenses, and the magic that will unfold when you do see the final, because I got to see the first cut of it, and
nice.
So nice.
So nice. When is it? When do you have a set date yet?
Yeah, so we had the initial first premiere of the first cut on, I want to say it was April 17th.
Okay.
And then we're looking sometime late June is when the final product will be. Nice. So yeah, I'll keep you posted.
Cool, I'm excited.
Yeah, me too.
So, and do you have any other film projects coming up? Obviously, you just worked with us and what we did.
Yeah.
With Midnight Hour.
So I've actually worked with a few different friends. We're kind of in the process of talking about an idea of another scary short film. That's clearly my niche, but I had actually asked Caden to be an actor in it, just because
you asked Caden to be an actor? Caden's not an actor though.
He's going to be.
Actor.
He's going to be. He's got the look for it. He's got this innocence on his face, and we need that for this role. Talked about it a long time ago. Right. And then COVID and school happened, blah, blah, blah. But we finally got back on track again, and that one's going to be really interesting. It's kind of got a sacred, totem and just a lot of disruption.
It's the chin, isn't it? That's what it is.
It's really that strong chin. It's great chin.
Because I'm about to say, there's no, because you said it's his look, and I'm like, well, I've looked 7 different people in films.
You have.
I guess none of them were the one.
Listen, I'm not the director. I went with her. Her call.
It's all cool. Just I'll be on call.
Hey. Be on call. We'll need you. Yeah, but it's always, and that's the really cool thing I want to mention about being in our industry, is that you meet so many different people, and when you bond with all these different ideas and these different personalities, eventually you're gonna all come together and create something even better.
Yeah,
and that's one of my favorite things about doing what we do, is just seeing all these different creative minds and just everybody working really hard.
Because everybody's thinking about it. So you just gotta I feel and it when you see it, the people that really are keying in on the movie and like imagining it. Like, you'll be trying to say something to them, they'll just be staring off.
Yeah.
Like,
just zoned out,
what,
just really heavily
hey man, I
thinking.
need to talk to you about. So this is what this needs to happen here in this spot in the movie. They'll like have an epiphany. I do that all the fucking time.
Yeah, me too.
I think who did that was famous for doing that. I think it was Stanley Kubrick. He just had this like distant stare, and people like kind of got creeped out by it.
Yeah, that
like
hollowed-eyed look.
He's
Yeah.
like, I was just thinking about the movies and how to make them work.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's awesome. So you've done a lot of film work. You've really started diving in with camera work, which this kind of all spawned from. This is funny that I know this story because we went to school together. So all of this kind of spawned from you doing weekly news updates for our school.
Yeah.
And it would premiere on the TV in the lunchroom every what was it, Monday?
Every Monday, yeah.
Monday, I remembered that shit.
Yeah.
I think I was on a segment, wasn't I?
You were on a couple of them because we're friends.
Yeah.
So I was just like, I gotta get my boy Will on here.
if you're friends with somebody that does stuff, then you do stuff.
All about that networking.
It's
you
true.
know? Yeah.
So first off, how did you like get into that? Because that just seems like a easy way to get into somewhere. You know?
Yeah.
Like,
So
you're the one on the TV. Like, how'd you get to be on the TV?
So I would like come into Mrs. Tierney's classroom. She was always just really cool. She's like a cool typing teacher. Then she tells me that she does stuff for like the yearbook, and then she had this other class called Western Weekly, and that was more interesting than the yearbook because I'm like, yearbook's cool, but like I don't want to take photos. Like I'm not that good working on it, but you know. But then she started to explain how, like, you know, you'll be, like, doing, like, editing. You'll, like, be creating, like, coming up with, like, all these different ideas. And I'm like, oh, you know, that could be fun. So I signed up for it. And I was able to take the class for, I think it was my sophomore year, all to my senior year. Because technically you're supposed to be a junior, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. You're only supposed to do it for 2 years, yeah.
Right. But she's like, you should do it. And I'm like,
cool.
okay, I'll do it. Yeah. Oh, yeah. And honestly, like, that set me on the path that I need to be at. And here I am working for an amazing company, editing videos, going on to, like, shoots. Eventually, you know, when COVID lifts, like, we're going to travel. And there's so many good things.
Within COVID, I've actually started traveling more than I've ever done. We went to South Carolina to film a documentary.
Yeah, I saw that.
You know, we've... how many 4-hour trips have we made recently?
Probably
a lot.
Yeah. You're like,
a lot more we normally do.
Yeah.
And like, you know, including our own film, like that most of it was filmed locally, but we had the trail out to all the way to the edge of West Union, Manchester.
Yeah. Manchester, that's
out
what
by
it was,
the river,
yeah.
That's where I lived. I lived in that cabin for months.
Didn't know
That's where I wrote that movie there. Yeah, I wrote both of our movies in that cabin.
Okay, because you said you were in Seaman, and that's why I was confused. So I was just like,
I moved there. I moved to Seaman, which I lived in a town called Seaman, and it's spelled exactly how you think it's spelled.
Exactly.
So I lived there for like 6 months with Owen and his fiance Sky while she was pregnant.
Yes.
In a very, very, very small, no AC trailer in the middle of the summer. Yeah, it was fun.
Oh, I'm sure.
It was great. I thought it was. I had a great time.
I'm sure you and Owen were annoying the hell out of Sky.
Oh yeah. Well, she hated me. I know it, and it's okay because she told me later, like when she had the baby, and we were in this nice cabin with a lot of space and stuff. She's like, "Yeah, I don't know why I hated you because you're actually like really like easy to work with and talk to."
Yeah,
I'm like, it's just a pregnancy.
It's pregnancy.
It's a thing. It's hormones. Whatever.
Pregnancy. Yeah. Well, that's a whole other conversation.
But so I went from this tiny dink trailer with them to then we moved to this giant cabin even further out in the boonies, and I was out there.
But that cabin is so amazing.
Oh, it's awesome.
So, and I think that's really cool that you are writing, or like that you wrote the story in this same exact cabin, and so you were able to sit there and look at everything that was in the room and get like this idea and how you want it to look. You already had it pre-planned.
Well, and you know, you working with these directors and people that want to create stuff, and then you go out and get these on location thoughts and ideas. The reason that the movies that we have are written the way they are is because we already have these locations and we've been thinking about them for probably like 6 to 8 months.
Oh yeah.
So like that's where we kind of base our stuff up because we don't have much to work with. So we just like, let's let's utilize everything that we have the most that we have it, because we know we can come back for the most part.
Right.
We know that just the blueprint of the place.
Yeah.
You know, like, oh, hey, so the table, the island is right here. The window is right there, so we can get a shot from the island to the, you know, I mean, just little stuff like that. And so we were more prepared. We wrote it all down, but like in our heads, like we know that we're gonna be good.
Oh yeah.
And so that's cool, man. You know, like it just kind of, for you, it worked out. You know, you kind of got into it at a young age, and then it just kind of spurred into, like, you went to school. You literally, basically, have been going to school for this exact kind of stuff for 7 years.
Yeah, at least.
7, 8 years.
Yeah, if I think about it, like if I count like my high school like training and stuff, and then I actually go into college for it, it's
Yeah, and I mean, I feel that too.
Fun.
It's a similar ride for me, because I started doing the music and all that when I was around, 15, like doing like the music video stuff and like trying to do artistry stuff. I was like 15, 16, so about the same time. Yeah, I just wasn't in the schooling for it. I was just doing my own thing.
Right.
That's what's so cool, I think, about me and you, because I think personality wise, I think we're very similar. But we just took in very different roads to try to do what we want to do.
Yeah,
you
but
know what I mean?
ultimately we had the same goals.
Yeah,
and we were still able to do what we wanted to do.
Achieve them, yeah.
Exactly. I think that's so cool. It's a fun way to think of it.
Look at that, guys. See, take some lessons.
Don't give up on your dreams.
Do your fucking thing.
Do the thing, seriously, because all you have to do is you make a choice, and I watched a video, and Gary V, I think is the guy's name, and he mentioned, you know, whatever decision that you make, you pick it. Yeah. Don't worry about what could have been, what the options, the alternative was. You made this choice. Yeah. Live it, do it, see it through. Yeah. And keep making choices and stay on that path. The
only decision that you could look back on is the one you didn't make.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like,
what's the point of looking back on that?
Exactly.
You know? Yeah.
Deciding not to do it is different, I think, though.
There is some differences, but
because they're like I was saying, like we were talking before the podcast, everything that I was talking about was a decision I decided to make. A lot of it was health based, but you know, just getting older, trying to learn my body more. I just decided to start taking it into my hands instead of letting it into the hands of the corporate food companies.
I think you making that choice, because I'm doing the same thing. You know, I'm trying to take care of my own health, like mentally and physically. Just
it
to,
helps
like,
that too.
Better,
like once you're like, it's weird. Like once your body is like, because like as a kid when you have a good metabolism stuff, like and you eat garbage,
took it for granted.
You don't tell. you don't know what you're actually. It's really doing. Right. Then you're 25 and you eat a Hot Pocket and you get to sleep and you wake up and you're like, oh my God. You just can't do it anymore.
Can't do it, no.
So but when you give your body like the vitamins that it needs, like that's why people were saying, oh man, I felt the best I felt since I was 20 years old. It's like, well,
there's a reason that they say that. Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah. I've been like trying to like figure out what kind of vitamins I should be taking, because I know that
there's really not that many. A multivitamin is normally the best bet, like a strong, good multivitamin. That will get most of what you need.
That's
and then
fair.
What if you have a good diet, that fills in most of the rest.
Yeah. I mean, like I've been eating a lot healthier. I've been learning how to cook recently. I'm really proud of myself for it,
Cooking's
which like
fun.
it's
you
a lot
come
of fun.
Over here and cook with us.
Oh
and
yeah,
because
Ben, a phenomenal cook. Yeah. Like I get so excited whenever like we have like group gatherings here, and like I see Ben on the grill, because I'm like, I know I'm gonna eat good today.
He cooks great, and I've been really pushing him to try to do this cooking show. I've been like, I'm like, bro, I will produce this cooking show.
Yeah, like, absolutely.
I'm all game, man. You know, but. We'll get there.
Yeah.
We'll get there. I'm going to force his hand sooner or later.
He needs to have it for us. He just needs a good little shove in the right direction.
Well, and I told him, I'm like, man, a cooking show can really promote, because he wants to do a taco truck.
Yeah, and I think it's a great idea.
It is a great idea, especially for this area. There's only 1 or 2 within the whole county.
Yeah. And then if he thinks of it this way, you know, I want to cut at this, but like if he does get this truck, you know, they have the park going on where they have like
Music
all
in the
these
park.
yes, so then you can sell your food right there, and then that'll be good.
When there's a lot of like pop-up outside bars, you know, especially the summertime,
yeah.
like there's one right down the road.
Right on Klein.
Sons of
I think is
Toil.
what it is.
Yeah.
I've never
It's
been
right
there. I've seen it busy all the time.
Bean and Brews right down the road
Yeah.
too. They're just a little pop-up. You know,
yeah.
like outside, nice and chill, like very patio feeling.
The like the summer vibes where you can just hang out. It's very chill.
You're
like everyone's having a good
fruit
time.
beer,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Urban Artifact's a great place like that too.
Love Urban Artifact.
Yeah.
That place is so much fun. I think we went to a show there
We
once.
did, yeah. I haven't since the pandemic. I haven't went back. I've been wanting to. They've been throwing these. What was it called? What's that called? Is it called the Slump Pumps sessions that they're doing?
Slump Pump. That's
I don't remember.
I can't. I don't know if I'm
name,
saying the name right, but they're doing these. They're doing these band sessions where they're like it's just live concerts and they're selling tickets and they're streaming them and they're doing real good. I like what they're doing. I might just hit them up. Hey, you need a TV show? I got you.
right here.
But
these are the guys.
it's rated R though, just so you know.
Love that.
We're not up in the highest rating section, but we're there.
Yeah.
You know, but so I don't know. You do a lot. You do a lot of stuff we do, and I'm glad to have you around. I'm glad to be around you because like always having a good. And you're one of those people like you'll literally text me with like, hey, so like you should probably do this, and I'm like, okay, all right, I'll look, and then I'll talk to Kaden about like, hey, Raeven said this. I will say it either in a positive light or in a negative light, and then Kaden will be like, well, maybe she thought this. I'm like, all right, and then I'll take a good thing from it. It's always like you need people to do that.
I think it's good to have somebody that is, especially like having the right people
on your ass,
not just on your ass, but like just there for you and supportive.
Well, in a good way,
yeah. Because like the people that you have, and it's so cliche, but like who you surround yourself with really does have an impact on what your life will be like. So if you think that you're in a bad path and you think you might have an inkling that it could be the people you're with, remove yourself.
Seriously.
Just do it. I've done it many times, and when I was like not in a good headspace, and once I left, I'm like, wow, it's because what I was doing and who I was around, just they weren't helping me build. They weren't trying to help me grow, and I wanted them to grow. And it's gotta be both ways.
Yeah, and I think inevitably that comes down to people want to have fun all the time. All the time.
I want to have fun.
Yeah,
but
so it just for people that find fun in doing what makes them better. You know what I mean? So like finding a passion and like focusing on it, like. Musicians like learning how to play guitar. Okay, so you learned how to play guitar. Now you need to go out and play, try to make a little bit of money. Okay, you're doing that. Now you need to formulate a better network to get paid better, learn your songs better, play better songs. Meet new people and build your name, and then booyah, you're at the top somehow. Well, whatever the top is to you.
Yes, I think that's also a really important thing to take away because like
somebody else's ceiling is bigger than somebody else's.
Right.
But that shouldn't matter.
Right.
It should just be what you want it to be.
Exactly. Like if you're happy with what you're doing, that is ultimately the most important factor. Like I hate to say it, but like not everybody's gonna make it big, but at the same time, you shouldn't have to want to be like the number one celebrity when you can still put out this amazing music. You're connecting with people. You're gonna still constantly be better than you were yesterday.
Yeah.
So
it's the same as like looking at our line of business. Like okay, so like the James Cameron, the Martin Scorsese, right? Are their names really gonna be recognized as much as Shakespeare? No. Right. It's not. Right. Just not. And that's because that's like name two other people from that time. None. You don't have any.
Right. I mean, because
you study it.
Right.
But we're in the business of film and movies and theater, but we don't know that.
Yeah.
And that's just what it comes down to. You're not gonna. Most of the time, people are not gonna remember you unless they're a historian on the subject of what you do.
Right.
And people's ego getting ahead of them.
I think the ego is the biggest thing on what drives you to get further. That if you do have a bigger ego, you typically will be able to get farther.
I agree with that, and I think especially in like certain things, like in a very like cutthroat business. You know what I mean? Movies are kind of like that.
Oh, it is absolutely cutthroat competition.
It's weird too, man, because it's so buddy. A lot of times, or it's like You know, it's almost like I worked at country clubs. It's super close to that.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like these like groups that like connect themselves through genring, and you see it. You know, it's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just like music, but it's you could definitely tell. It's just not as in the public eye as most things. Yeah, it's very behind the scenes. I mean, that's why I guess they call it.
I love
that.
the behind the scenes. Yeah, no, I think but being behind the scenes and making those connections to these people eventually do help. Yeah. But also, you're just learning about these different people and what they can offer for you.
It's all experiences.
Everything is an experience. Literally, every single thing you do is an experience. Whether, us here doing this, somebody else is probably doing this exact same thing somewhere in like...
Oh, they are. 100%.
Like Russia, like, Germany, whatever. Like
speaking a different language.
Right.
Talking about the same thing.
Talking about the same exact thing. And that concept there honestly blows my mind. Like, that is wild to me that we're all just experiencing all of the same things, just slightly different.
What is that called?
I don't know what the term is, but it's like very interesting.
It's not parallel. It's, you know what I'm saying.
I mean, I feel what you're saying. I don't know what you're saying, but I feel what you're saying.
It's not like a parallel universe. It's a paradox. It's like
Kane's
there's so many. No, is that wrong? Okay, whatever. There's just so many different avenues that your decision, like you're saying, your decisions can take
choices,
you that. And the same for other people, like these two people could make the same decision at the same time, but then one varies off like this. Yeah. I have a belief that no matter where you're born, you will still inevitably be the same person due to biology and neuroscience. Mm-hmm. Like,
so explain that though.
So check this out. Okay, so say like my mom. Right. Yes. Instead of her being born in the United States, right? Okay. Say she was born in Russia, right? So a couple big differences, right? Unless you're living in the northern part of America, it's most likely much warmer than it is in Russia. So climate change, you have different stuff like that culturally, all that stuff may be a little different. But I think like when it comes down born bred, like who you are as a person and the decisions you'll make, whether they're like bad or good, you can be influenced obviously, but everyone has a start button, right? Yeah. So I believe that people inevitably would be themselves no matter where they put them in anywhere in life, like even if somebody deals with like, okay, put like somebody in a hardship throughout their whole life, at the end of their life, see if they're a good person. 9 times out of 10, no matter what they experience, they're going to be a good person. You know what I mean? 9 times out of 10 they'll be a bad person if they just it's a
everything's by circumstance though too.
True. Like I definitely say like like there's situations where like you get put in a bad spot, like say somebody tries to like maybe mug you or something and you end up getting in an altercation and you kill someone per se, something like that. That would definitely be a change into their psyche.
Yeah, absolutely. Just the idea that you like murdered somebody because somebody attacked you. That's like that's gonna change some things in a person.
But that action though doesn't affect certain people. You know what I'm saying? Like psychopaths.
Oh yeah.
So say like if you're born a psychopath,
they have no remorse for what they did. Yeah.
You're gonna inevitably be the same. There's different. It's a big game of net we're playing right now.
Yeah, it's so funny that you mentioned that. I was watching a video about personality disorders and things like that, and learning and understanding the difference between a sociopath and a psychopath and a narcissist. Yeah. They all have the same qualities, but the difference is that some empathy people the empathy, like, do you actually feel bad for what you did, or do you not care?
I can want like so maybe I have goals and I want to succeed in those goals, but I don't care to bring somebody along with me on those goals, but I'll keep them around because I want to. That's a narcissist, correct?
Basic. So
is that a feature of a narcissist? Or is that a sociopath?
So when you say like bring somebody with you, like are you talking about like for the ride, or
just like say you see benefits in having them around you, as in like whatever quality of life you might have. Like, say like
basically having being like a narcissistic person, like you you
Yeah.
are at the focus.
Yeah.
You are the main
That's what
point,
exactly,
right?
yeah.
So if you happen to hurt people, it's like, oh, that's gonna suck,
But,
but
like,
I'm gonna
I'm
win in the
gonna-
end, so
yeah.
it's okay.
So that's a narcissist
Basically, yeah.
tendency. Okay. A sociopath wouldn't have those intentions. They would just
But they do. It's weird. So
Yeah.
and in this video, I'm gonna try to explain it as best as I can. So if I mess
we're
up, I
not
apologize.
doctors.
I'm not a doctor.
We're
You
not
know,
doctors.
we do video stuff. But like the thing is that sociopaths can be narcissistic as well as psychopaths, because like you can. So
It could be about you.
It can be about you, and you basically develop into being a narcissist.
Okay.
Psychopaths are born the way that.
So the difference is basically between like Dexter and what's that serial killer that so like Dexter the show.
Yeah, love that show.
How he does it for like his urges
For
right?
for his own personal urges to kill, and
but he justifies it through
by morality. Yes,
morality,
yeah, absolutely.
So that's narcissistic, correct?
I would say he
with sociopathic behavior.
Yes.
Okay, and so then there's like, was it Ed Kemper? I think is his name. He's a real serial killer.
Yeah.
He killed his mother and a bunch of college women because his mom brutally beat him as a child and just basically force fed him hate. And he ended up killing all those people out of that. So that was a psychopathic behavior based off of
no remorse. He didn't care.
Yeah, because it was built into him through those traumas.
Yes.
Correct.
Oh, and let me tell you, if you don't know your trauma, you're not going to know who you really are.
True.
And I think it's, like I said, a whole lot of like soul searching and like understanding, but when you realize what your issues are, like the obstacles that you're facing in your life, that's just unresolved trauma or like different things that have happened to you that you haven't been able to confront. So when you do confront them, you'll have this like revelation.
It's
and
weird.
then your whole life will end up changing afterwards. So dig deep into any issues. So, please don't kill anybody, you know? Like
I don't feel like doing none of that stuff.
We'll see.
That's my brother. Come on, guys. We already know this.
Love you, Jesse, but
he just started training MMA.
Oh.
He's at a
so he's gonna be a trained killer.
a trained killer. Yeah, he's training with Muay Thai and Jiu-Jitsu right now.
That'll be fun.
He's been showing me all of his little tactics, trying to beat my ass.
So he trying to.
Listen. I
don't know. I might put money on Jesse. I'm sorry, man.
Hey, listen. He may train, but I'm still older brother, and listen. For workout purposes, I learn that stuff and do that stuff too.
All right.
I may not do it on people.
I mean, I will absolutely watch you and Jesse in a
Maybe
match
that's what we'll do.
online.
We'll sell some fucking tickets.
Yeah, I'll be there. You know what? I'll commentate the entire fight.
We'll do
That's
a little
what I'm gonna do.
Well, obviously, I'm not gonna go get my brain racked by my brother, but we'll do a little sparring thing and make some money if we can. If there's no money in it, then I'm not doing it, man. I won't.
You just don't want a reason to like just smack him around a little bit.
If I'm gonna fight, it's gonna be for money.
Oh my god.
I'm not cheap.
I mean, I'll probably like pay like 10 cents to go watch it, you know.
Oh come on, like $5? Come on, $5 to see a band at
to
a
know
bar.
that Jesse's gonna kick your ass, I'll pay 10 cents
Well,
because I already
then
know
it's a good
that.
favorite. Then bet on me. You might win big. If Jesse's the betting favorite, I might win big on betting on me.
Maybe we'll
see. We'll see. I know if Jesse sees this, he'll be like, "Let's do it."
He's gonna be he's
gonna want to do
down
it.
for it.
I'm just like,
I'm gonna place my bet on you.
It's gonna have to be money, man. It's gonna have to be money. Oh shit. Well, Raeven, this has been fun.
Always fun. Always good seeing you.
Thanks for coming on the podcast.
Yeah.
I think you're like actually I hate to say this. You're like the second female I've had on that couch.
I know.
It's kind of disappointing.
You need to spice it up in here.
I need more female friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's okay though. I got you there.
Yeah, I mean,
so that's another one. We're gonna keep it rolling.
Who's the first one?
Rachel.
Rachel's cool.
Rachel's good. Yeah, two women in the film we're having made, which is, God bless, our film is so fucking. It feels womanizing at first, and then like there's redemption.
Oh yeah.
There's redemption.
That's important. There's got to be there for every film. I really like figuring out what the meaning is and what the biggest theme and what you can take away from it.
Yeah.
Like, so if you take away anything from this podcast is just, change. Will might get his ass beat by his brother, just different things you can take away from this. So.
So many exciting tropes to look forward to. Well,
absolutely.
But anyway, thank you so much for coming out. It's been
Thank
a
you for
great
having
podcast.
me, man. Yeah.
This has been Talking to Me, Talking to You. Have a good one.